Hi everyone, welcome to Marianne's Mystic Dimensions with me, Marianne. Welcome to your collective reading for all signs, and this is for the week of February 17th through the 23rd. And immediately when I say the 23rd, I get a little bit excited, I'm not going to lie, because that is when Mars, the planet of aggression and energy and motivation and momentum and all of the things that has been retrograde since the 6th of January. I take that back to 6th of December. It's going to be 2.5 months, pretty much. And that doesn't count the shadow side on each side. So it's going to be going direct. It's going to be direct in Cancer, which it's in at this time in retrograde, but man, I look so forward to that because I don't know if you've been noticing it. And not only that, I mean, I'm still recovering from the full moon. I don't know how else to put it. I was trying to think of the right word. And yeah, recovering because I wasn't sick. I mean, the energy, I'd heard about it. You hear about it on many, many different channels on YouTube. I spoke a little bit about it in the last collective last Monday. I do weekly collectives every week on Monday. And a lot of the energy, and I mean energy, because it's a full moon in Leo that happened on the 12th, it was just, Leo is the most powerful. Leo's sign is ruled by the sun. So just think about that. It's the most powerful, the biggest star in our galaxy, the most powerful, passionate, I want to be seen, heard, I want to move forward boldly, confident. It's all of that. It's riveting and exciting, and it's, egotistical, depending on, how far you take it. It's been known to be that. We all have egos. That part's fine. We need that. I just am saying that I felt it. I literally was sitting there and I felt the vibrations in my home when I was calm and just taking in breaths. I always say, when you get to that point and it feels electrifying like it is, and it literally is an electrical thing because it's happening with our energy, it's a current and so forth. Take those deep breaths. They are so incredibly helpful, but there's better words to describe it. They have so much power in being able to release some of that energy that it builds up, right? And mind you, this is, I'm recording this on the weekend, so this is the third, fourth day since then, and I definitely feel more released and more relaxed. And I lost sleep. I think a lot of people do. But this is just some interesting, understandable reactions that come from the moons and their gravitational pull, whether it be the new or the full. Full for me specifically, maybe you can relate to this, is about culminations. It's definitely, I find I lose more sleep during those times. It's just a norm. It's just been that way for years. And then when I really started studying, I realized, oh, okay, it's going to be a full moon. And it's fine. I just get more sleep. We all acclimate, right, the best we can. New moons, I find I don't necessarily lose sleep, though I have. But they're about those intentions of newness and beginnings, although all culminations, like with the full moon, then begins a new beginning, right? So there's that. And yes, people near and dear to me were laid off their jobs. Exciting, beautiful news on other ends. There was a lot of things happening to other people, but I am around other people daily. And so, I take that in. And so, of course, you're going to feel that. And it's always good to just allow yourself time to have that downtime like I'm speaking of now. We had Valentine's Day. That's very romantic. My cat and I spent a lovely evening together. I got a couple of cool chocolates from some clients. Love is a beautiful thing, and I say that all the time. And so I make the most of it, and I have love for so many things and people like these readings. So let's get on with the reading, shall we? I'm going to start with the chakra check that I always do before any one of my readings. And for all those that are new, welcome to my channel if you've stayed this far and get an idea of what's coming up. Thank you for the returning viewers that support me, like, subscribe. It's a process, and I've done this for years and stopped, and I've restarted in my new brand. You don't see my face, but you know what? It's okay. I like, the point being, it's the message, and my brand now is about colors and their energy and the chakras that are the energy centers that definitely affect us in so many ways. And so Spirit likes to pick a specific chakra for the week to focus on. It doesn't have to be anything happening in a negative way whatsoever, but it could emphasize that for you for whatever reason. Also, if it is feeling blocked or stifled, there's a beautiful saying on these cards that I use, and they're really very positive in the way that you can remove blocks and any kind of restriction that you may feel in these particular areas. So for you, dear beautiful collective, I picked the, oh, love it. This is so cool. I believe this to be the third eye. Now, when I felt and spoke to you, as I always do, I mentioned people talk about meditating before they do their readings. I start to talk to you as a collective, or when I do my monthly readings, I talk to that specific sign. We have a nice conversation. It kind of is Spirit's way of just coming through me and doing the downloads and, you know, getting the information going, feeling warm and comfortable. And blue came through, which could have either been the throat for the need to verbalize and have clear, concise messages come through, or the third eye. Or what is it? Or forgive me, the crown. And that is the downloads, as I mentioned, that come through, you know, through Spirit, through higher power, through our own inner knowing and so forth, our intuition, our clairvoyance, all of those beautiful things that we are all gifted with. And just to pick this is really wonderful, not to mention the color. And it is, in fact, the seventh chakra. So this is known as, yeah, that's the crown chakra. Okay, so let me start from the bottom up. We have the base chakra, just at the stem of your base. We've got the sacral chakra, which happens to be this next card here. And it is the beautiful, sensual creativity, creative. That's where we have our children. That's where we plant our seeds, literally, figuratively. And this is about, you know, just letting those juices flow, the sensuality and your passions flow to the highest degree when you have that wonderful sacral chakra working and clear of any blocks or anything. Then we go to the solar plexus, just kind of below the belly button, between here and this area. And this is about our power and our confidence and that sun. It's a bright yellow. We see it on our tarot cards. It means this is positive. This is a great indication of things improving and getting better, because we have that self-confidence. We have that self-acceptance, all of the above. Then we go to our throat chakra, where we want the, oh, excuse me, forgive me. Oh my goodness. Our fourth chakra, the heart chakra, please. That is so, so important. It's the love. It is our passion. It is our giving nature, our nurturing nature, our giving and receiving, our self-love, our love of others and life and work, and all the multi ways that we have love in our lives for our family and friends and plants and animals, and just all over love, you know, and that's very powerful to meditate on having open and to be receiving, okay? To be giving and receiving at all times is the best currency you can be doing in the world, right? As far as energy goes. Then we go to the throat chakra. I just mentioned that with the blue, and the ability to speak and feel the confidence and self-reliance and self-ability and authenticity. And then we have the third eye, which is the the ability to really utilize our gifts. And we all have them, as I mentioned earlier. We have the gift of intuition. We have the gift of clairvoyance. All the clairs, the audio, clairaudience. I can't say them all. Don't mind me. To smell, feel, see, touch, know. And really to up-level yourself with these gifts while, focusing on it, meditating on it, and I tap on these areas as well. That's in a way to kind of wake up that energy. Then we have the crown chakra, okay? We're at the 7th chakra here, and that's where we are. And this is the, my divine eternal knowing is seamless with the creative force, love, and the intelligence of the universe. I am the essence of love personified. I didn't expect it to come. I don't remember it saying that for the 7th chakra, but that's exactly true. It's the most important emotion, energy, and it has so much power and capabilities of manifestation and things. I can't really elaborate that enough. But okay, so that's the focus on today's reading. I love it. We are just finishing the whole month. I mean, we've got another week or more for February, but I'm speaking of this month in February is definitely about love for sure. But this week with Valentine's Day and everything was, I think, more perpetuated, as commercial as it is. It just reminds us and it lets us sit and share those feelings even stronger with people we care and love about as a reminder. And so then I'm going to pick the crystal that goes with this. And I know what it is because, I love it. Crown. Wisdom, awareness, focus. I'm just reading. Don't mind me. I apologize. I know there was a definite dead space there. Just making absolutely sure I was correct about this. But yes. So with the wisdom of the crown, it says wisdom, awareness, and focus. And I love that because the crystal associated with the crown chakra is the clear quartz. I will get that out of the bag. I use clear. It's in my pocket right now. I'll just show you. I don't have to talk. I walk the walk. I talk the talk. This is a must for me, along with my amethyst, which I almost thought it was going to be. But that is the 3rd eye, which is not the 7th chakra. So here it is. It's just when I'm doing my massages and I'm really wanting to be in tune and I'm very present, you can imagine I'm right there. It's happening in that moment. The music is beautiful. It's soft. I'm very focused. This has helped me in so many ways to know specifically the areas, even though I've spoken to my client and wanted to get, their perspective on what they really need for the day. And, what it's all about them, right? It's what's necessary for their body. And so, but this has just been an amazing gift and tool that I use. So along with that, it does say that focus with clarity on my spiritual purpose. The crown, where we get the downloads and the information I spoke about. So I'm going to replace that with the tiger eye that had been in from a previous reading. I believe it was from last Monday's collective. And I'm going to put in the crystal. It's so clear, I can't see it. Here it is. And I'll put this necklace on like I always do, because it does, in fact, infuse and help me to have that focus and to definitely use my intuition for the best reading. Now, I have blessed the cards that I've chosen for today and asked for clear and concise messages always. And what I'm going to do is the same layout that I did last week. I've done the Celtic Cross for the Monday collective readings, but I'm only doing this time and last time I'm going to be doing the 6-card spread. And what that is it's going to be past, present, and future leading up to this week. And then a clarification card for that. At the end, I'm going to do an animal spirit guide message, which I absolutely love. And I'm going to finish with a card that I'll draw for each and every sign. Okay, one card, one main message. And for the layout, I'm going to be using the, it's so funny, Light Series Tarot. I love this so much. I haven't used it for about a month or so in my private readings that I do. And yes, I do private readings. You can find the link below if you're interested. I hope to do them more and more. I do them in person right now. The link is to my pure massage therapy practice, and I do readings in person. So if you're in the area, by all means, please book yourself an appointment. Super user friendly. You can see right there, follow the prompts. If you are someone that's just, you're not in the area and you want a video, I definitely can do that. All you need to do is, once again, set up your time so it blocks out that particular time so that I can make that video at that time. And we will have a conversation per, if not on the number that you see on the site, with a text message regarding the form of payment. Okay, but that's for a later time. This isn't part of that, other than the fact that you are part of the collective, and I would love to do that and get this ball rolling. Hopefully that'll happen when this Mars retrograde does go direct in Cancer and continues to be going direct for some time. So the 3 cards, as I mentioned once again, for everybody for the week of February the 17th through the 23rd, past, present, and future. First card is the Knight of Cups. Oh, well, speaking of love, it's so perfect. So leading into this, could have been yesterday, could have been 5 minutes ago, into the reading, could have been the whole week. We have the Knight, and the Knights are the part of the tarot that lend us to understand the messages that are coming through or have already come through, in its recent past. May still happening though. The Knight of Cups is the cups, which represents the heart. It is the emotions, the Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. And I mentioned Cancer, we have Mars in Cancer retrograde, but it's going to be going direct. And then Cancer you get to have Jupiter going into your sign in June, but that's quite a distance from now, so we'll get back to that. Very beautiful though. That only happens every 12 years. So there's something that's been said, there was a letter written, there's some kind of communication. You were feeling extremely happy about this. Doesn't have to be a man, could be a woman. There's no gender association. You see the roses. It's very appropriate for a week that we just had. So I like that a lot for you. And I hope that there's just things that continue to grow and understanding that emerges from these conversations and the messages that come through. Romance is amazing. Friendships, all the things that love has to offer is, to me, the best part of living. However, it has its, its challenges and it's things we need to work through. So in order to communicate and work through that, that's a beautiful thing. I might mention that we do have retrograde, or Venus, the planet of love and beauty and magic and sensuality and good things, looking good, feeling good, wonderful, benevolent planet. It is going retrograde in March through April. And I'll double check on the dates, but the bottom line is we're already in the shadow period. The whole month has been a shadow period for that happening. Actually, it's happening on March 1st. So there you go. It just came back to me because we also have a Mercury retrograde happening next month, but that's not till the 14th. So that's a couple weeks. Also starting the shadow period pretty much within a week. So stay tuned for those. Just know that it's not the end of the world if you just are thinking about communicating and then you meet somebody during a retrograde. No, it doesn't have to be. It could change. The relationship can change. You can see it in a different perspective after the retrograde is, finished and moving direct again. But plenty of people have relationships, just use your intuition, use this beautiful guidance that you're given. Let me put this on for Pete's sakes. See, I told you, I am a bit rattled. I'm not going to lie. I have lots that I'd like to share. I did get one comment. I did. And I have, as far as I know, I always have the comment section on. I would love to have more comments and to be able to communicate that way. I want you to be able to speak your truths and whatnot, as long as it's kind. I mean, what do they call that? Constructive criticism is very welcome. Of course, I'm open to being very adaptable and to listen to what you might want to see and this and that. The one comment I've gotten so far, though, it looked as though my comments were turned off. I turned it back on. I don't know if I have to do it every time. I apologize. The comment said, and I will quote, for my last collective, which was last Monday, output overload. And I looked and I went, well, yeah, I would totally agree. I mean, can you imagine how I feel? There's a lot that comes through, and a lot of times it's just coming out and it's coming out, and it's like, I'm exhausted sometimes after our readings. And I know it sounds silly. I'm sitting here and it seems, and I love it. Don't get me wrong at all. I would not be doing this. This is absolutely what I love, and I will do it to 2 people watching or none. It doesn't matter. It's going to happen regardless. I would love to have way more people watching, of course, liking, subscribing, all the things that are necessary. I'm just saying, I thought to myself, I responded with, thank you for the input. And I mean that sincerely, because that's the only way we learn and grow and we understand, and there's the connection once again that I find imperative for this channel. So yes, there's a lot of output because there's a lot of input coming in for me. And so, yeah, it's a definite feel, once again, energetic thing where sometimes you're going to energize and really resonate with the reader and the readings. And sometimes right away, you're like, oh, no, that's not for me. And of course, I understand that. There's so many readers now. There weren't that many when I was first noticing this and thinking, oh, I'd like to be doing that. I've been doing readings for very many years. I'd like to share that. And like I said, I started about 4 or 5 years ago now. But either way, yes, that's true. If you're watching now, I get it. I'm not going to really slow down on a lot of the information, and you can definitely slow down the speed. I know there's a settings where you can do that if I'm talking too fast. That's actually kind of out of my control. But so yes, I wanted to put that out there. Please do comment if you feel so inclined. I would love to read everyone and respond in kind, okay? This is love. This is good. What do we have for the present time? 4 of Pentacles. Okay, well, 4 I like right off the bat. 4 is definitely in numerology the number, sorry about the glare, is about stability. Like the four legs on a table, right? The 4 walls around us, being stable. A lot of times there's an association with the 4 of Pentacles, not so much in this, which I like, but it does definitely, the Pentacles are the earth energy, or the earth. What am I trying to say? There's water, earth, air, and fire. So energy isn't the word. It's another simple word. It's escaping me right now. But the astrological signs associated with this earth energy are the Taurus, ruled by Venus, the Virgos, and the Capricorns. And they are very, very grounded energy. They are very, very interested in money, in success, in working hard, in planning and strategizing, and resources that can get them from point A to B. And they are incredibly patient. They are methodical a lot of times. They have a system. They follow it. They're more than willing to take time and effort because they see the big picture, right? They're looking and they know, this is what I want. This is where I need to go. And I will do everything in my power to achieve it. And honestly, most of the time they do. So love my earth friends. They have taught me so much. I have 1 planet in an earth sign. So anyway, so this is protecting. It's keeping things that matter, like your money, your investments, your friends, your body, your physical well-being, anything having to do with touch, tangible, things you can feel, touch, see, and smell, and so forth. That's keeping that close to your chest and not necessarily wanting to overindulge, which is a very, very great way to be feeling in this present moment, with retrogrades happening, with changes in all sorts of areas. You know, just being wise, listening to your intuition, the downloads, the dreams. Pisces is in the North Node. We're about to enter into Pisces season on the 18th of February, and that will be, what, the 6th planet that'll then be in the sign of Pisces. Pisces is about love, absolutely. It's about giving. It's about creativity. It is about self-sacrifice. It's about nurturing. It's about just incredible, intuitive, and very, very psychic and very, very out of this world realm kind of energy. Okay? We're all going to be experiencing that. It could be religious. It could be, you know, you might decide that you're just becoming way more interested in spirituality and channels such as mine. And it's really, it's just this place where you feel so open and so accepting. And there's at the same time this feeling of wanting to really emerge and move into places and things that you haven't thought of before, and experiencing things that haven't happened to you before and allowing that to happen. But this is all just, it's coming in. It's going to be very, very known. I'm going to let you know each month the most specific heavy duty things happening. We had the full moon. We have the new moon happening in Pisces during Pisces season with Saturn and Neptune in Pisces. Well, today the moon is actually in Libra, but then we'll have, you know, the new moon in Pisces on the 27th. I mean, it's a Pisces time. Totally embrace this, okay? I find it to be an incredibly enlightening time. It's filled with imagination and possibilities and dreams and making them come true. So then we move on to your future. And you have, you have the Nine of Pentacles. This is fantastic. So it's gone from the 4 of being a little bit, you know, almost possessive and frugal. That's another word. I mean, you know, people need to be at this time as well and to be smart about how they spend and so forth. But the Nine of Pentacles, my goodness, this is definitely, actually, you know what this is? This is the representation of, I believe, Mercury in Virgo. And we have the South Node in Virgo. I mentioned the North Node in Pisces. It starts the new eclipse season, which I didn't mention, but yes, we're already feeling the throes of the eclipses happening in March too. March is a big month, okay? Nothing we can't handle, nothing that hasn't happened before, but we'll be feeling it, and it'll be a lot of introspection, and it'll be a very, very important time to be grounded and take those deep breaths I mentioned way earlier in this reading. Definitely go into nature. This is independence. This is feeling incredibly proud and comfortable and acknowledging just how far you've come and how you've gotten there and the gratitude that comes with this and just picking the fruit off the vine, if you will, right in front of you that you've worked towards. You've created this. You've got that. It looks to me like, well, it could be a couple of different types of birds, but birds always represent to me our minds and messages and, you know, I would say spirit guides, even angels, people. It looks like a owl. It could be, you know, the wisdom behind the moves that you've made. You know, we all try and try again, and some things stick, some things don't. But just never giving up, right? 9 is it's a 9 year. You know, it's about culminations. It's about, well, it's a snake year. It's about shedding our skin and starting anew and just allowing, you know, the allowance is there with Pisces too. There's a lot of just trusting and allowing. So let me add to this a confirmation card, if I may, and then we're going to go into the individual readings, as I said, along with a spirit animal guide message. So with the Nine of Cups having to do with the recent past and love and communications and your heart feeling really full, so beautiful and appropriate for this time, we have the Seven of Pentacles. That's the third card for the Pentacles. So there's a lot of interest and there's a lot of energy that's really moving towards your safety, your base chakra, really. That's our root chakra, our base chakra. You know, am I making enough? Have I worked in the smartest way? Am I utilizing my time effectively? The 7 is the 3 pentacles away from a 10. And 10 is the best. It's everything. It's family. It's lineage. It's working hard, but it's seeing and reaping the benefits and feeling comfortable, eating well, being sustained, you know, healthy, all the wonderful things. But now I think there's some definite, and especially with retrogrades, we tend to go internal. That's internalizing. It's reviewing, it's revisiting, it's thinking. And that's what this is about, the 7. Making sure that you feel like everything you've put forth so far and will continue to is going to be something that really, really is what you truly want. Okay? Maybe that has to do with a long-term relationship, or one that you're considering after a long term of not having one. Is it time? Am I ready? Am I open? Can I open my heart? You know, it's been hurt before, this, that, and the weighing back and forth. Yes, and yes, to whatever feels good to you. So that makes a lot of sense to me, and that's very appropriate for the time as well and what's happening in the planets. So, but then we go to the 4 Pentacles in the center for the clarification. There we have Ace of Cups. Wow. So this is love. Once again, this is that beginning of all beginnings, and you can see that there's this deep yearning, and also feeling of profound love for self, for others. We've spoken of this a few times now, and Spirit is right there with us in this reading, reminding us, above all else, self-love, for if nothing else, knowing you've got what it takes, you are enough, we are capable. We just need to believe that. We need to allow that in, you know, and to ask for reciprocity in any relationship. It does seem as though there's something new in the realm of your passion and your love. And it could be a job, of course. I feel like it's definitely more on a romantic scale, I'm not going to lie. And it could be renewing vows, taking that last step to that commitment, you know, thinking it over and thinking, well, you know, just bam, making the decision, okay? It's emotional, but it's beautiful. It feels wonderful. I feel like this could be saving for a special wedding. It could be saving for a child. It's being sensible, like I said, with the 4 Pentacles, for the ability to have that stability, not just for today, but, you know, for the future. So speaking of the future, the 9 of Pentacles, wow. You then have 9 of Swords. Okay. I find this very interesting because, well, there's 2 9s. As I mentioned, we are in a 9 year. And I just think it's human nature. I don't want to bring spirit into it, because we are all spirits in a human body, is my absolute belief. You know, living a human experience. I feel like so many times when things are really good and they're getting better and they're just, it's immediately, which is all part of life, you know, the yin and the yang of everything, it's followed with the fear. Oh my gosh, this is too good to be true. How could this happen to me? What if this, that, and the other happens and it doesn't continue, or I lose this relationship, or I'm not good at all the things that the mind does to us. Listen, I love my mind. I'm so grateful for my mind. I'm an air sign. I think way too much. This is an air element. I was trying to think of that earlier when I said energy. Pentacle elements, air, earth, fire, water elements. The swords are the mind. They are the Libras, Aquarians, and Geminis of the zodiac that are so interested in learning and sharing and communicating and connecting and teaching and love and fairness and justice and, you know, thinking out of the box and new ideas, innovative ideas, all those wonderful things. Teachers, doctors, you name it. They're interested in education and growing and evolving. And so the downside is when we think too much or we think the worst. And the best part about it, the most highest energy, I suppose, of this is thankfully we have minds to think. But when you do feel those fearful thoughts, and you do feel them because they go directly from our mind into our bodies and they cause the stress. And that's why I do my job as a massage therapist, because it builds up, right? And it can actually cause illness. And you want to eliminate that the moment you're starting to feel it, because you can certainly read your mind, right? You know what you're thinking. So you can nip that in the bud and you can say, oh, no. I understand why I'm fearful. I get that, where it's a natural thing. I'm not going to let it get carried away. I'm not going places that I really don't even know. You may be very clairvoyant and you may have ESP and EPN and THC and all, wait, not THC, sorry. That's okay, it's legal, but you get my point. It is not necessary for you to fall prey to this kind of energy. And that's when you can definitely, it's a short-lived thing. Moods are part of our mind as well. They then become emotions, but we're thinking something that causes the emotion to create the energy in the body and the blockages and so forth. So 9 is just that tendency to be fearful of things we're just not even really aware and sure and positive of. We've had experiences perhaps in the past. So they remind us, and that makes sense too. But it doesn't mean it's going to happen again. So just be aware of that. Stay on top of the fact that you did what you did because you deserved it. You worked hard. Everything that you see is something that you've manifested in some way, shape, or form. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. We're going to set these aside. I feel really good about it. Obviously, there's love. Obviously, there's a definite component to being pretty comfortable as far as finances. And if not, this moment, things opening up to that in the present and future. Okay? I love that for everybody. I know we all need to hear that. And it's actually something that can happen and has been happening for many people. So let me set this aside. And as I said, I'm going to finish with 2 other things, if I may, and you're welcome to stick around. I would love it. And so I'm going to start with an animal spirit message that I think is important for every one of us. And of course, animals are a huge part of life and necessary. And well, I love them. I know many of my friends, and I would imagine people that are watching and following me have a love for animals as well. But they also are here to teach us, and they have some beautiful wisdom and insights that they can share with us. So I'm going to just shuffle this very quickly. It's my animal spirit guide deck. And what's the actual name of it? I'm missing something, I know, when I said that. Animal medicine cards. I like that. This is the natural medicine, that comes from spirit, where there's this ability to teach us and impart information that's going to be helpful and cure us in some ways. So we have for you, beautiful collective of the week, February 17th through the 23rd, we have Pigeon. Now, I like this. This has come up quite a bit when I started using this deck again. Maybe this will be the 3rd or 4th time. But let me read to you what it says, and you'll understand why I think it makes perfect sense at all times, but especially right now when it comes to being just more active as far as where you're going in your life and making choices, like it showed on the 7 of Pentacles, that would better and improve your life, and not being afraid to get out there and, what am I trying to say? Get out there and definitely start networking. That's the word I'm wanting to say, because this is absolutely the time. If you want to see progress, it's about people Pluto and Aquarius, let's do it in groups. Let's work as teams. Let's power in numbers. Let's talk and create and express together, and use our beautiful creative juices, like I mentioned, with this Piscean energy that's helping us. So the pigeon says, song, peace, and home. So once again, I guess after the aftermath, which is still kind of really happening from the full moon, pigeon knows how to come home. Drawing pigeon indicates a time to deepen your peace with where you come from. This can be done in your heart. Another reference to heart. Even in your mind, even if your mind cannot align. Because I've told you, I love my mind, but it's the heart that has the most intelligence, the most intuitive aspect of the body. And you got to listen to your heart. Absolutely. This can be done, yeah, even in your mind, even if your mind cannot align. Pigeon is dove in gray city clothes. And like dove, brings peace, gentleness, and understanding with soothing songs and cuckoos. One of my favorite birds in the morning. I thought it was an owl. Well, I'm not sure now. It doesn't matter. Pigeon is present and peaceful both in the beauty of Earth's nature and in human cities. Even in a crowded train station or huddled under an awning outside of a deli to get out of the rain, it is possible to be a being of song, peace, and friendship. There's a lot going on in the world collectively. We're recognizing it, I didn't say it. I wanted to say it earlier. On the day of the full moon, I woke up at 5 o'clock. Just, woke up, tend to do that. Wasn't sleeping and woke up a couple times prior. Woke up at 5. At 5:03, we had the first earthquake of the day. It wasn't a big one. Shook the house, though, and you never know when they're going to continue or not. So that was my beginning of the day. And then there were 2 more later. I mean, to the point where I was talking on the phone when I got home from work, and it happened, and it was centered right, like 3.5 miles from where I live. The other one was like a minute apart, and it was even less mileage than that. So I jumped to the ground. Like, I just was like, I need to get to the ground. I don't know. Nobody knows, but there's a lot of that happening, and that. About Greece, I'm sure. I'm just very small increments of anything, so as not to get overloaded, but needing to know, and I can only imagine how they're feeling. It's just, so yeah, that was, that happened as well. So just feeling at peace now, what will be, but not feeling like we have to feel in control, or that we can control it for that matter. So just know and go with the flow and pray for that peace and that calm and the safety and everything. And I feel like it helps a great deal. So let's move on to the end of this. What I love, and I picked this particular deck, I just got it from a friend, but every single card has a saying, and if it's reversed, it has a different meaning. I don't usually read reverses, but I will with this, because I'm going to read to you what that specific saying is. It's going to save my voice. It's going to be direct. It won't be too much of output overload, I hope. And it'll give you something to kind of use as a catalyst for that feeling for the week, this coming week of the 17th through the 23rd. All right, so we're going to start with Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. Okay, so for you, beautiful Aries out there in the collective, thank you again for listening. Thank you for your time. It's my true honor to be here, and I love doing this. So you have the Hierophant, and it is reversed. So I'm going to read to you what it says reversed. Rebellion, unconventionality, non-conformity, new methods, ignorance. And ignorance can be bliss, okay? So yes, Hierophant generally being a teacher, a guide, our inner powers, our inner knowing, our higher power. And once again, associating with the chakra of the week, which is the crown, which is the divine intervention in the download. So yes, but just not necessarily believing in any one way. That's definitely the trend coming in the next 20 years with the Pluto and Aquarius. Love it for you, Aries. Taurus, judgment, self-evaluation, awakening, renewal, purpose, reflection, and reckoning. This is a major arcana, as is the Hierophant for Aries, I forgot to mention. That means even more, and you'll notice that this is the beautiful awakening. It's, is this Archangel Gabriel? I believe it is, you know, tooting the horn. This is what's meant to be. It's definitely karmic. It's right. It's rising again from the ashes like the phoenix and starting anew. So the judgment's been made. Perhaps you know exactly what that is. Keep that in mind for the week. Gemini, the sun. Well, it's upside down. Is it upside down? Okay. No, it's not upside down. I'm reading it that way. Forgive me. I'm going to read this one properly too. This is clearly, I was seeing it upside down because I pulled it that way. The other beautiful explanation for the Hierophant is tradition, social groups, conventionality, conformity, education, knowledge, and beliefs. Okay, so you can do either one. I'm not sure now. I'm a little confused. But both of those are important. Both are about knowledge. You see a lot of books here. You see a lot of interest in learning and study. And I think a lot of us are doing that. I myself am doing that and learning some things. But the sun is one of the best cards. Gemini. We have, you know, Jupiter in your sign, the benevolent planet of Jupiter through June 9th, when it then goes into Cancer. This is your time. It's been retrograde. It went direct. A week ago or so. I mean, happiness, success, optimism, vitality, joy, confidence, and truth. Another major arcana. Fantastic, Geminis. All right, then we go to Cancer. 8 of Cups. All right, this is emotion. This is you. This is knowing. Says abandonment, walking away, letting go, searching for the truth, leaving something behind. And perhaps you know what that is. It could be anything. It could be relationship. It could definitely be work and job, home. You know what it is. Generally speaking, what I'm told is with the 8 of Cups, you're seeking that 9 of Cups. That's fulfillment, you know, wishes fulfilled. And that's where you're going. And you're not gonna stop till you get there. You've got the eclipse and I see both the new and the full moon aspects. So this is happening through the eclipse, which definitely brings things in and out very rapidly. You know what I mean. You are a very, very psychic sign. You are ruled by the moon. Very appropriate for you. Then we go on to Leo. 7 of Cups. Ooh, lots of choices, Leo. Not surprised. You, choices, search for purpose, illusion, fantasy, daydreams, wishful thinking, indecision. Because there's so many options. Just be very careful, okay? Not all the options are the right ones. Sit with yourself. Don't feel rushed. And know that you are in the limelight as usual, Leo. Okay? You had that full moon. Something came through there. I know you have incredible things coming your way. Watch and see. All right? And then we have Virgo. Virgo with your beautiful South Node to eliminate and release in Virgo for the next 18 months. 6 of Cups. Another emotional, beautiful, you know, well, I'll read to you. Nostalgia, memories, familiarity, healing, comfort, sentimentality, and pleasure. Boy, I don't know if you've been feeling that. Virgo or not, a lot of reminiscings definitely happen with retrogrades. People come back into your past. This is beautiful for you, Virgo. Remembering, but not necessarily holding on to the things that aren't important or that really matter anymore. That's very indicative of that for you. So those are the first 6. Something to keep in mind. And then we go on to the last 6. And I bid you adieu. Okay, so we have, after Virgo, we then have Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. All right. So, beautiful Libras. Moon in Libra today. And through Monday, actually. We have the 5 of Cups. Okay, Libra. Excuse me. Loss, grief, disappointment, sadness, mourning, discontent, feeling let down. Wow. Well, listen, here's the good news. With the 5 of Cups, and I'll show you this, there's a ship that you can see in the distance. It's cloudy, but it is winter in the Northern Hemisphere. And generally you see 3 cups that are spilt, like spilt milk and things that have happened. No, there's nothing you can do about it. It's already done. You know, you've known this for a long time. And then you've got the one standing and the one in the hand, okay? Because there's always something to build on. There's always something to be grateful for. There's always knowing that you're blessed, because we are, every single day and every moment of our life. And you're hanging on to that, okay? Brighter times ahead, I want to promise you that. I really do. But that's an inside job too, okay? So keep that in mind for the week. And then we have Scorpio, and that is the Three of Pentacles. Teamwork, shared goals, collaboration, apprenticeship, effort, pooling energy. Okay, 3 is definitely about growth and expansion. It's the Pentacles. That was quite a bit in the reading prior, right? You're building up your resources. You're usually extremely good at that. You are collaborating and surrounding yourself with people with like-minded ideas on a financial front, but also just in general, where it jives and it feels right, and it's a good omen for you for the week, okay? Be prepared for new opportunities coming your way. And then we have Sagittarius, the Two of Pentacles. Okay, well, there you go. There's another indication of money, finances, knowing how to balance them. You represent the major arcana Temperance, Sagittarius. So that's definitely the alchemy that we all have in changing water into wine, and just knowing that, with the right mindset and being sensible with your input and your output and everyday, daily exchanges and all the things you do, keeping a balance, keeping it real, right? So you don't fall or you don't, get too out of whack. And you've got this. You've got this under control, and you're going to feel good about it. You're going to feel more empowered, trust me, as time goes on, with the Mars turning direct on the 23rd of February. Then we go to Capricorn. Capricorn. Ace of Pentacles. One of the most successful signs of the zodiac, because that's your whole modus operandi is, how can I get to a higher, better position, place, financial, whatever. You are the goat glyph that can, very sure-footed, very confident. You may be in the background a lot of times. You may seem you are a cardinal sign. You're a doer, okay? So new opportunities, resources, abundance, prosperity, security, stability, manifestation. Phenomenal. Not surprising. Congratulations, okay? New. See what these eclipses bring in for you. Magic. Okay, so then we go to Aquarius. We have the Knight of Swords. That's a very important night. It's the fastest night of all the nights, and it is your element of swords, which is air. So information coming quickly. And it says assertive, direct, impatient, intellectual, daring, focused, perfectionist, ambitious. Wow, that's a mouthful. But look at the hues of the lavender and the third eye, as I mentioned, the crown, what we pulled for the chakra. Just, receiving that information. It could be from someone and that's an air sign, but I really think it's from Spirit saying, we got some ideas for you. Are you listening? Listen to the silent voice. Listen to your intuition. It will never go wrong or lead you astray. And last but not least, Pisces. Pisces. Oh my gosh, the stellium of planets in Pisces. Page of Swords. Another indication of information, new. Pages of the babies, the newness, the greener, the younger. Our childlike wonder and dreamlike imagination. It's just curious, witty, chatty, communicative, inspired, vigilant, alert, mentally agile. That's exactly right. There's things coming in for you, if not in your dreams, through prophetic ways, Pisces. It's a very, very, very important transformational time for you. And the North Node and the eclipses really, really change things in so many beautiful ways. Allow that in. Think the best, okay? And that's what you'll receive. So that is the reading in the collective. And I thank you very much once again for tuning in and staying for any length of time. I love and appreciate you. I will be back next Monday. I'm also going to start the March reading, so stay tuned for that. And definitely, if you do want to support my channel, please like, subscribe, comment, and what is another one? Share? Yeah. Just thumbs up. Anything you can do is so incredibly helpful. Very, very appreciative. And it's free, okay? Take good care. It's going to be a great week. You'll see. And we've got new energies coming forward that are going to go direct, which is so important for us moving forward. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.